Yeah,
I'm joking.
right. Well, thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it. I know that you're gearing up for the April 12th release of your latest album, so Lifeless Birth. So I'm really excited about that. Luckily Liz from Earsplit sent me the preview so I could preview it. And
Excellent.
yeah, and I got to tell you, I mean, you probably get this a lot. It's very good. It's very
I
polished. It's
appreciate it.
very, yeah, I found it to be very catchy. Like, sometimes you get music that's good and it's great, but this one actually is like it's like a worm, in your ear. It's like it just continues on. And the riffs and some of those songs and the drums, nonstop drums, just nonstop. I think it's insane. I think it's great.
Thank you.
So
I'm glad to hear that.
yeah. So I'm relatively new to interviewing heavy metal bands and death metal bands, and
Okay.
so kind of like to ask people to start with kind of a background of how NECROT came to be, and you know, what are your
Well,
influences?
look, Necro, we started in 2011 in San Francisco, California, and it was me and our drummer, Chad Gailey. And at the time, I just turned 24. He was 18 years old. And we just wanted to have like a band that sounded like late 80s, early 90s death metal with some other influences in there. And like we just wanted to play fast, and we just wanted to be like, starting a band. The intention of the band was always to last through time. So it's like for the first year, we recorded a year and a half. We recorded 2 demo tapes. We self-released on cassette, and then after that, we had Sonny Reinhardt, our guitar player, join the band, and we have been the same lineup since. And I don't know, we've come a long ways. We've been a band for 13 years. Now we have our third album coming out, and we go on tour a lot. We just got back from a long tour with Municipal Waste and Ghoul. We're about to do a new tour for the promotion of our new album, Lifeless Birth. We're gonna tour the US and Canada in June and July, and then we're going to Europe for a month at the end of July till the end of August. We're just a very active band. We're excited. We like to do what we do. We like to play metal, and you know, that's what we've been doing.
Yeah, well, and you've been cooped up since the pandemic, and other issues I guess have gotten in the way of being able to tour for your
Yeah.
2020 album. So this is the first time in a while you guys have gotten to get out and do live
Yeah,
performances.
it's true. Yeah, we did our first tour back in May 2023, but we did
Mhm.
have to stay put for almost 3 years because of pandemic, and then we had health issues. Like a drummer had to get surgery. I had like a Bell palsy, facial
Oh, wow.
paralysis. Yeah, well, right when we were about to record Lifeless Birth, this whole album was supposed to be released like 6 years to a year previous to this release day, but like the recording got postponed, everything got postponed because of medical issues that we've been having. And before that, at the end of 2021, we had a tour that was about to be announced, and like I had to fly back to my original country because my dad got really sick
Uh,
and almost died, and my family needed my help, so we had to push everything backward. I mean, forward. Anyway, we had so much shit happening one
yeah.
after the other, but now it's like finally it's like we have a new album. All the tours are booked. We just finished a long tour that was like over 44 days on the road for us, and
Oh,
like,
wow.
we're ready to take it back from where we left it in 2020.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm going to be there June 5th in Berkeley. So I'm
Oh, that's
excited.
sick.
I'll be there
Awesome.
with my camera, so
Very
I'm really
cool.
looking forward to that. Yeah. And so it's good to finally be able to see that you guys are getting out there and being able to tour again. So it's because I know the last time was, I think 2019, the Decibel magazine tour. I think
Yeah,
it's the
that
last
was
time with
the
like Cannibal Corpse and
I think we did a tour after that one, if I'm not wrong, with
mm,
Exhumed. But like yeah, 2019 was the last year that we were very much active.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Okay. Well, I know that you're also the lead, well, you're the lead everything, but the lead songwriter. And so
yeah,
kind of want to know, like, these songs are just so beautiful and unique, and they're created
thank
in
you.
such a way that, there's so much thought put into it. What are your influences, or what is your process for writing songs?
Well, it's like I've been writing songs for Necrot for 13 years since we started, and so it's like I this is just the way I write songs. So it's like, when I sit down and write songs, this is what comes out, and it's like I'm not like able to write any styles of music. This is just the way I like to write metal songs. And when I sit down with my guitar, this is the shit that comes out.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, there is not like a lot of thought behind it of like, I could be writing other stuff, but I'm not able. It's kind of like, this is what I know how to do, and I've been doing it for so long for this band that, like, I feel like I've been getting better at it, and just growing on my own formula of writing songs. It's not that when I'm sitting down to write a new NECROT album, I'm trying to like be like, oh, what kind of music should we play? It's like, I know that I'm writing NECROT songs. It's like, this is our sound, this is our style, and we have it very clear. And I feel that, like, our sound is defined by my songwriting and by our guitar tones. The sound of the record is not only the songwriting, and also it's like the variety of styles that Sonny Reinhardt is able to play on his guitar solos, because he writes all his guitar solos, and he has so much how do you say, talent, so many ways to make his guitar works. And like, and Chad Gailey is a very talented drummer, and he's got like his own style of playing. And like, we've been playing together, like, we used to when we started the band, we used to practice him at the drums and me at the bass with vocals before we even had a guitar player. So I feel that, like, me and Chad have this really tight rhythm session, because we've been playing together for so long. And Sonya's been in the band for 12 years too, so it's like the chemistry of the band is like is something that we have been building through a lot of time and a lot of shows and a lot of time playing together. So it's like, I feel like we got to this point not from a day to another, but like, through a process of dedicating time to this for many years.
Yeah, well, it's a family, and ups
pretty
and
much,
downs.
yeah, no,
pretty
100%.
much, you have no choice but to meld. So
it's an easy choice though.
Yeah. Do you have any like musical influences or people that you like growing up you listen to?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. But it's like, we're talking about like 100 bands or more. Like, it's not just like, we're not trying to be like, oh, let's sound like that. We never named any bands when we started playing. We get influenced by like just all the amount of music we've been listening to through all of our through our life, which comes from death metal, black metal. It comes from thrash metal. It comes from punk, crust. It comes from like some old school doom stuff, and a lot of bands that, like, for sure influenced me in my songwriting.
Yeah, I love the fact that punk kind of crosses over, because I have a lot of people that follow me on my website that like punk music, and everybody said unanimously that NECRO is the band that kind of crosses over and does both. The only other band that they told me that was Beastie Boys. They were punk and they went to rap. So I was like, okay. But it is kind of nice to see that you've got, different genres that just sit there and just can nod and be like, yeah, no, that's where it should be.
No, for sure, definitely.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So you're getting ready to tour. So the record comes out, or the album comes out on the 12th, and you're getting ready to tour. I think June 5th in Berkeley is the first show.
It is.
What can people expect to see?
Well, we're gonna perform a lot of this new album, and then we're gonna perform songs from our previous albums that we know people want to keep hearing. We're gonna take like what was the best of the last tours we've been doing, but we want to play. There's 7 songs on this new album, and we want to play at least 5 on this new set. So it's like people can expect to hear a lot of the new album on this tour for sure.
That's great. That's great. I know that I've been told by a few people that your live shows are very fun, very exciting, very high energy.
Yeah, they are intense. So high energy, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
they've always been like, because we started playing in like, basements and houses and small venues. So it's like, it was always very aggressive show, since the beginning in 2012 when we started playing shows. We've always had a high energy show and trying to get people involved and whatnot. So it still translates to bigger venues these days.
Absolutely. Have you ever looked at the band's position in like the death metal community? Like you have other bands that obviously look up to you. One of my followers had said that you only play NECRO loud. period. And so it's like, so you, obviously the band has staying power. Obviously the band has a lot of influence on the death metal community and thrash and punk. Where do you see your role as the band? Are you there to usher in new bands? Are you there to kind of pave the way for them, or do you feel you've already done that and need to move on to
Well,
something else?
it's like it's like we don't have a set role. We don't decide what our role is. It's more like how people perceive us. And I feel that, like, of course, it's like there is a lot of new kids that are getting into death metal and extreme metal, that they are in their teenager years, or just slightly past that, that for sure they're gonna look up to us, and they're gonna perceive us as someone that has been there, and someone that eventually can inspire them to start a band. But then, of course, there is also older people that they were actually there when the whole late 80s, 90s death metal, extreme metal scene was happening. So it's like they're gonna look to us under a different light, and eventually they're gonna look to us and like us, but they're still gonna see us as a new band, even if we're not. So I feel like it depends a lot on how old you are and the way you're
That's
gonna
true.
see us a little
Yeah,
bit.
absolutely. Yeah, and I
And
think
it's like,
that's
we try to have our own sound. We definitely want to leave our mark even if a little one in the history of metal. But like, we've been doing this and sacrificing a lot to do it, and being able to do it and continue doing it. So it's like this is our main, like, interest in life, and it's not just like a hobby, for us. It's like we're very dedicated to this. So it's like we're hoping one day to look back at everything we've done and be happy about it.
Yeah. Well, I think you can do that right now. It's, you guys definitely have the staying power, and like you said, you've earned your stripes because you've gone through a lot of stuff, and it's like, and you guys still persevered and succeeded. And so I think that alone would be inspirational for any new bands emerging that want to kind of look to you guys for not, just kind of how to do it, or even like what not to do. But I think that it's very noted in the
Yeah,
community.
I think, like, an advice I would have to give to newer bands is just to do what you like and keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about what the hype of the moment is. Don't worry whatever people like to listen to. Just do what you like and just keep doing it until someone gives a shit.
Yeah, exactly. And when they do, then it catches on. So, okay. Well, is there anything that you like to do on your downtime? I mean, it looks like you're in a very tropical location right now. What do
Yeah.
you like to do for fun when you're not creating?
Well, I like spending time with my wife because, I'm gone for long periods of time, so then we like to be together when I'm not. And every day I still play music when I'm here, when we're not on tour, at least an hour every day or a couple of hours. And then I do like to go swimming in the ocean. I like to spend time in nature or away from people. Like, I live in one of the least populated parts of Mexico, so it's easy to find your space. There is the desert here and there is the ocean, so it's like I like to get away. I'm not much of a let's go to the club kind of guy. I'm more like of a let's stay alone and and like let's drink some beers, let's smoke some weed, let's listen to music. We listen to a lot of music. Like, we spend a lot of time outdoor, just with a Bluetooth speaker, like playing records and drinking beers. I mean, it's kind of like, it
Sounds
sounds
really
basic,
good.
but it's great. It's like, I don't know. I've been doing this all my life, and like I still enjoy it a lot. And then, like, but it's like, yeah, I don't do anything crazy. Like, it's not that I'm going. I don't do anything like that out of the ordinary. On my downtime in my private life.
Yeah, I could see that, you're around so many people in such high energy shows, you probably need the time to take a break and
I do.
just
Yes,
relax and
100%. Yes,
pay
I
attention to
do.
the wife for once.
No, yeah, totally. And it's like, we have a lot of fun together. It's like, it's definitely not a boring relationship. We
Yeah.
we have our fun.
Yeah, what kind of music do you guys put on the Bluetooth when you're drinking beers?
Well, we listen to a lot of metal and punk, but also it's like she also likes to put some of like this it's kind of like a new wave of like um soul kind of like jazz kind of stuff, and like that is got like a little bit towards the R&B soul kind of music.
That's nice.
Yeah, totally like more relaxing stuff. Or we'll listen to a lot of like 60s, 70s psychedelic music, or like even like some 70s more like disco stuff, like the Bee
Mhm.
Gees or shit like that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's like
Oh
you know
yeah.
we go through a lot of stuff, and then also like you know she loves metal and death metal, black metal, and there is a lot of stuff that like she also showed me that I didn't know about. And
Yeah.
also like she showed me a lot of like indie kind of indie indie rock from Latin America, from bands from Argentina, something that is more like towards death rock and stuff
Mhm.
like that. And lots of Mexican bands too. Like you know we go through a lot, and then sometimes we also watch on YouTube some TV shows where they host bands, unknown bands, and lots of them are really bad. But then once in a while there'll be like one that is kind of good, and you get to
Yeah.
like you know we also like to do some discovery kind of time where we go
Yeah.
look at like weird shit on
Yeah.
YouTube, where you know where there is like a couple of shows where they're roasting punk bands from Latin America, and another one where there is more like black metal, death metal stuff, and like a lot
Yeah.
of it is very bad, but then once in a while it'll be a really good one. But even the bad ones are really entertaining, you know, to just sit
Yeah.
around, drink a
Yeah.
beer, and just
That makes it
watch
more
stuff.
fun. Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh, for sure.
I love it.
Totally.
I love it. Is there anything fans can expect when they see the tour start on June 5th? Is there anything uh other than, you know, you're playing, are you playing all 7 songs or just some of them?
No, we want to play at least five of it. We haven't decided to play five or six, but we don't want to play the whole album because we feel like it would be like, you know, I don't know, maybe it's too much. I don't know. Like you
They
still
need
want
to
to,
discover. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, it's true. Or they still need that one song that maybe they're expecting you to play the next time they'll come see you or whatnot. And it
Yeah.
also is because like we still want to play songs from Mortal.
Yeah.
Like we still want to play some songs from Mortal because we never got to tour with that album properly.
Yeah.
So it's like we don't want to just do the whole Lifeless Birth album and then not have much more time to add other songs. So we still want to play a couple of songs from Blood Offerings and at least two or three from Mortal, and then at least five or six maybe from Lifeless Birth.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, people should expect a great fucking show also because like you know, we were I feel like that we're getting really good at what we do, and like you know, and it's gonna be the first times that we're playing these songs, so there is an extra level of excitement, you know.
Yeah.
And then also like we with the bands touring with us are great because Three Tomb is doing the whole tour. They're on
Okay.
Carbonized Records, which is the record label from our drummer Chad Gailey, and
Okay.
uh, and then we have Bat coming on tour with us, which is this another project from the both guitar players from Municipal Waste, and
Oh,
they're
okay.
also a three-piece. It's really aggressive. It's like kind of like metal and rock and roll,
Yeah.
and then we got like you know Phobophilic, which is another death metal band that is gonna join for the last 12 or 13 shows of the tour when Bat is gonna drop because they have to do stuff with Municipal Waste. So it's like, and also like we've been talking with our booker Ron at Crawl Space to add some openers every night from the local acts of each city, and we're
That's
trying
great.
to get a lot of like you know we've been trying to get like mostly punk bands or thrash metal bands so that like you know it'll be like a very cool sort of like night where you get a punk band, you get a death metal band, you get some, you know, you get a little bit of everything so you don't
Yeah.
get bored, like you know. And it's gonna be a very high energy kind of show and kind
Yeah.
of night, so it's like it's a good way to like you know go out and fucking disconnect from your shitty life and just go and have some beers and fucking have a
Forget
good
about it. Yeah.
time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, have
Oh
a
yeah, for
fucking
sure.
3 hours where you're having a good time. I think it's
Yeah.
worth it, you know?
Absolutely. And if you ever come up north to Sacramento, I know a lot of local thrash bands, punk bands that would, because that's punk is where I started my stuff. Um,
Gotcha.
they would love to open for you guys. So
Right now.
so let me know. But no, I appreciate your time, Luca. Thank you so much. And again, the tour starts June 5th and the album's out April 12th.
Yeah,
So
totally.
people can go to your website to purchase it or pre-order.
Yeah, they can, it's easy. You go to necrot.com.
Okay,
So
great.
that's easy to remember and you find everything there.
Easy enough. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you so
No,
much.
thank you.
Enjoy the weather. It looks beautiful there. I'm gonna go
No, I
cry because it's
appreciate
gonna
it.
rain here.
Oh, shit.
I
I'm
know, right?
sorry to hear that.
That's all right. Thank
Perfect.
you so much for
Thanks
your
for the
time.
interview.
Thank
Awesome.
you. Take
See you at
care.
the show. Bye bye.
Bye bye.